Reports of a potential 2026 summit between former U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping, spanning critical issues like Iran, nuclear disarmament, trade, and artificial intelligence, are circulating. While this remains hypothetical and dependent on future political outcomes, the very possibility demands careful analytical attention. Such a high-stakes bilateral meeting, were it to occur, would signal a dramatic shift in global diplomacy. Historically, when two major powers convene to discuss the world's most pressing issues, there is always the risk that the interests of smaller sovereign nations could be sidelined in pursuit of broader superpower accommodation. Consider the agenda. Trade negotiations may be presented as solutions to global economic challenges, but they can also produce new forms of pressure, market distortions, or economic dependencies. Beijing has long been accused of leveraging economic influence as a strategic tool, while carefully shaping narratives to generate support for its foreign policy objectives. A Trump-Xi summit, framed as a global problem-solving forum, could become a platform to legitimize or deepen these dynamics away from broader multilateral scrutiny. Then there is the issue of regional security and maritime disputes. Even if not explicitly addressed, any broad discussion between Washington and Beijing carries significant implications for international law, strategic stability, and the global balance of power. Agreements reached between the two powers without broader participation could weaken the rules-based international order that many nations rely upon for security and sovereignty. Chinese state media would almost certainly frame such a summit as validation of Beijing's growing global influence and its vision of great power relations, reinforcing the narrative that major international issues are best resolved bilaterally by dominant powers rather than through inclusive multilateral institutions. Critics argue this approach risks diminishing the agency and sovereignty of smaller nations, while masking broader geopolitical ambitions. As speculation continues, one thing remains clear: the future of global stability cannot be determined solely through closed-door discussions between competing superpowers. Questions of sovereignty, economic independence, international law, and strategic balance affect the entire international community. Any major diplomatic engagement between Washington and Beijing will carry consequences far beyond the two countries themselves.